Hi everyone, I know it's a bit early, but we're going to do the Good Friday Championship games for
predictions.
like predictions with my dad. So let's get started.
Yeah.
So we have Bristol City versus Leicester City. What do you think you're gonna go for that?
Right. Well, you've got to go for a Leicester away win. You can't say nothing else but a Leicester win there. So
yeah,
I'm going for Bristol City 1, Leicester 3. And then if you want to do, give your prediction.
Yeah, I think I've got to agree there. I think you've only got to expect a Leicester win. Same points as Leeds, top at league.
Just what score are you going for? Obviously a Leicester win, but
I think that I'm going to go for a 3-0 Leicester win.
Right.
Now, the next game, we've got Millwall West Brom. What do you think of that game?
Oof. Well, Millwall's had a little upturn, a new manager bounce, and obviously West Brom are in and around the playoffs and playing quite well. So I'm going to go for Millwall 1, West Brom 1. What are you saying, Alfie?
Well, I can't write West Brom off. I said that, but they're in 5th place, so there's no
they're a good side.
Yeah, there's no writing them off anyway. So I think that I'm gonna have to go with a Millwall 0, West Brom 2.
Right. Next game, I'll do this one. But I'll ask you first. Next game on the list is our team, Sheffield Wednesday versus Swansea City. So, Alfie, what do you think? I'll put you on the spot.
I think there's only one way this going.
Yeah.
Swansea's a good side.
Well,
beating Cardiff.
They beat Cardiff, didn't they?
Yeah, 2-0.
But they haven't been played that well, but yeah.
So I think I've got to go with a Sheffield Wednesday 3, Swansea 1.
Right, I'm saying, obviously we need a win, desperately need a win. I think we will win, and I did predict earlier 3-1 like Alfie, but
gets a bit tight.
I think every game will be tighter, but apart from that game against Ipswich, but we'll say no more about that. So I'll say Wednesday 2, Swansea 1. It will be a nail biter.
Okay, so the next game we've got Huddersfield Town versus Coventry City. What do we think of this?
Right. Again, Huddersfield. Well, I think as we speak, they're just above us in relegation zone. And again, they had a couple of decent results to start with, new manager bounce and all that. But I think they've struggled the last few games. So I'm going to go for Huddersfield 0, Coventry 2. Because obviously Coventry's just beat Wolves and they play very well. So Huddersfield 0, Coventry 2. Alfie, what do you think?
Well, you can't write Huddersfield off at the moment. Winning the last few games, but Coventry are an amazing side at the moment, playing very well.
So what are you saying? Score prediction?
I think I've got to go with a Coventry 3,
Yeah.
Huddersfield 2.
Oh,
Bit of
a goal fest.
Right, the next game we've got here is a Norwich City versus Plymouth Argyle.
Well, you predict this one first.
Well,
What are we saying?
Norwich is in the playoff zone at 6th place, and Plymouth technically in the same relegation
Trouble.
as us, so I think that I've got to go with a Norwich 4, Plymouth 1.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to go for something similar. I can only see a Norwich win. I'm going to go for Norwich 3, Plymouth 0. Pretty straightforward, that one.
Would you like to read the next one out?
Yeah, we're going now. It's Cardiff City. Who's, let me have a look, revert to the table.
I think they're in 11.
Yes, they are, and Sunderland are one place behind them in 12th. It's a bit of a mid-table
Match-up.
Yeah. But what do you think?
Well,
Because I think Sunderland have got a interim manager, which sorry, have I got it wrong? Yeah, I have. Sorry, yeah. I'm thinking. Yeah.
I think that Sunderland aren't doing as good as they were last season. Like I said in my previous video, with the positions and stuff.
Well, they were doing alright, weren't they? But
yeah.
Suddenly fell off a cliff. So what we say? Cardiff City, Sunderland, Alpha.
Yeah, I think Cardiff's got to have a win here, and I'm saying Cardiff 2, Sunderland 0.
Well, I think very much along them lines, and I'm going for a Cardiff City win, and I'm also going for a 2-0 Cardiff win.
Yeah, so now we have got Hull City versus a Stoke City. What do we think of this?
Well, obviously, again, Hull, let me have a look at the table.
I think they're in 7th.
Yeah, they are. They're pushing for the playoffs. Obviously, Stoke in and around the relegation zone. Really not been doing very well. So I'm going to go for, it's got to be a Hull City win. I'm going for Hull 2, Stoke City 0. Alfie, what do you think?
It's something similar, because Hull City's a good side pushing for playoffs. Stoke's in the relegation zone nearly, and I think that Stoke hasn't been very good this season, hardly winning. Hull City's been on a good kind of run, so I think I've got to go with a Hull City 3, Stoke City 1.
Right.
Now we have got Southampton v Middlesbrough.
What do you think to that? Well, I think to be looking at the table, Southampton are in 4th, but they are currently 9 points off the playoffs, but they've got automatic promotion, but they've 2 games in hand, so they desperately need a win. Middlesbrough in 10th. Middlesbrough's a bit. I mean, Southampton's form's dropped off a cliff recently. Middlesbrough's a bit up and down. They win a couple, lose a couple. So I'm gonna go for. I think the game's more important for Southampton than Middlesbrough. I'm gonna go for a Southampton 2, Middlesbrough 0. Alfie, what do you think?
I think you can't write off Middlesbrough that much this season, pulling off unthinkable moves on high-rated teams in the Championship, and but Southampton got relegated from the Premier League last season, and I think that
ever since they played us, really, they cruised against us and beat us 4-0, and ever since then they've struggled.
Yeah, so I think I've got to go with a Southampton 3, Middlesbrough. No, not Middlesbrough. Yeah, Middlesbrough. Yeah, Southampton 3, Middlesbrough 3.
3-3. That's a very bold prediction.
Now we have got Queen's Park Rangers versus Birmingham City. What do we think of that?
Well, that is it's a massive 6-pointer for the pair of them. Obviously, again, it's going to affect our team Wednesday. Birmingham's obviously they've interim. They've got Gary Rowett back in, who's renowned for grinding results out. Obviously, Queen's Park Rangers are a bit hit and miss. So it's a tricky one. This with Birmingham, I think if they'd have not set Gary Rowett on, I'd have straightforward said QPR to win easily, but I'll go for a 1-1 draw.
A 1-1 draw.
Alfie, what do you think?
Well, they both had their ups and downs in this championship.
Lots more downs.
But they're both good sides if you think of it, because QPR's doing the unthinkable versus.
Was it Leicester?
Yeah, I think they won 2-1.
Yeah.
And then, but we got Birmingham scoring 3. Scoring 3 versus Southampton, I think, or 2. And then they were scoring 2 versus Leicester. So I think I've got to go with a 2-2 draw.
Right. And then next up we've got Preston North End versus Rotherham United. What do you think of that?
Well, I think there's only one way to go here, because Rotherham United are bottom of the league at 20 points. 18 points away from our team, Sheffield Wednesday, and
virtually relegated, I think.
yes, and Preston North End are in I think
Are they?
8th and 9th place.
Are they silly with
8th and 9th place.
9th? 5 points off at playoffs, but with the game in hand, so they've still a sniff of the playoffs.
Yeah, so I think I've got to go with a nice calm win with a Preston 3, Rotherham 1. What do you think of that?
Yeah, well, I'm along the same lines. I'm going for a Preston 3, Rotherham 0.
Would you?
Right. Well, next one up is Blackburn Rovers against our friends from Suffolk, Ipswich Town. Obviously, Blackburn in free fall. Ipswich got us a pasting last week, so I'm going for. Obviously, Ipswich could do us a favour, and I think they will. I'm going for Blackburn 0, Ipswich 2. Alfie, what are you saying?
Well, like I said, with Rotherham and Preston, I think there's only one more way to go here. But mine's a bit different in my score.
Yep.
And like I say, Ipswich are a good side. Blackburn fighting to stay up, like all the other teams below 16. So I think I'm gonna go with a Blackburn 0, Ipswich 4.
Oh.
Now we have for the lucky last
Yep, lucky last
of the game week 39 is Watford versus Leeds United. What do you think?
Well, Watford. Just let me. Alfie will probably tell me before
I think they're in 14th.
Are they?
No, 12th. I think
13th.
13th.
I think they're not going up. They're not going down. But irrelevant to that fact, Leeds are flying at the minute. Unfortunately, pains me to say. So you can only see a Leeds win. So I'm going to go Watford 1, Leeds 3. Alfie, what do you think?
Well, I think mine's a bit similar for my score. Leeds are flying, like Dad says. But Watford are an okay side. 13th in the league. Had some okay games in the past 5 around. And I think that I have to go with a Leeds United 4, Watford 2.
Oh.
And that is our game week predictions. So I'll see you in the next video, guys. Stay Fox Army. Goodbye.